Space news!
All right, Alexandria, you ready for some space news?
Let's do it.
A lunar space elevator is actually feasible and inexpensive, scientists find.
An elevator from Earth to the moon?
There it goes.
This is a really interesting thing that's been floating around the internet recently, but This is from observer.com. Columbia astronomy students proposed the idea of a very long elevator connecting the moon and our planet. The concept of a moon elevator isn't new. In the 1970s, similar ideas were floated in the science fiction of Arthur C. Clarke. But the Columbia study differs from previous proposals in an important way. Instead of building the elevator from the Earth's surface, which is impossible with today's technology.
And rotation.
Exactly. It would be anchored on the moon and stretch some 200,000 miles toward Earth until hitting the geostationary orbit height. So it's an elevator from the moon into Earth's orbit, but not all the way down to Earth.
Yeah.
So instead of flying directly to the moon,
you would fly to that little platform, and then the platform would take you to the rest of the way.
Exactly. Like you'd fly up into like Earth's orbit and then transfer onto this
tube,
elevator.
And then the tube would suck you up.
All the way to the moon.
Just press a button and zing, you're off.
This could be a thing that's built someday. How crazy is that?
No.
No?
No.
Not crazy or not happening?
Not happening. I put my foot down.
Tell me more.
I'm putting my foot down. Of all the things that need to be created, an elevator to the moon, Jesse?
I'm for it.
Really?
Absolutely.
Of all the things?
Well, okay, if we are colonizing the moon, or if we are doing space tourism to the moon, or if we're using the moon as a jumping off point to travel to Mars, an easier way to get to the moon could be very useful.
No, dadgummit.
So the moon, as it waxes and wanes, as in like rotates around us.
Yeah.
What would that mean? That mean that, you know, that little tube or whatever the elevator would look like would just be hovering over
the Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be visible
well, I mean, you've heard of the dark side of the moon. There is a side of the moon that never faces Earth. So here's the Earth and here's the moon, and one side of it is always facing us. So if you have that space elevator coming off of it, that elevator would always be facing the Earth.
Right.
So I would assume that we'd be able to see it from the planet looking up. I find the idea just like really exciting and really interesting, and I would be for it.
I don't know. I just feel like extravagant is not the word, but it just feels like opulent.
3 words for you. Treat yourself.
I'm just such an optimist. I'm looking to this future.
You are. You're looking like really happy.
Yeah, totally.
Where humans won't ruin it.
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
Or maybe we just need an elevator to get off Earth quicker because it's all going to be destroyed by climate change.
Isn't
because that
rude?
astronaut
Isn't that rude? And
denied
then we leave
it.
the children here. Like, that's fine. That's great.
After doing the math, the researchers estimated that the simplest version of the lunar elevator would be a cable thinner than a pencil and weigh about 88,000 pounds, which is within the payload capacity of the next generation NASA or SpaceX rocket. So they would basically like extend a wire that you would like travel up and down. This sounds a little more ridiculous.
Yeah, this becomes a little more like...
You're looking at me like I told you so.
So what you're going to do is, okay, so we're going to take you up to where the landing pad is. You're going to take this hook. You're going to clip it to the cable. After you clip it to the cable, we're going to just launch up. And we're going to just have you go straight to the moon. All right, everybody ready to go? Let's have liftoff.
I'm in. I'll go. Future moon travelers will still have to ride a rocket, though, to fly up to the elevator's dangling point and then transfer to a robotic vehicle, which would climb up the cable all the way to the moon. Dangling point.
Y'all have fun with that.
And that's the space news!
Space news!
Thanks for watching this edition of the Space News. If you'd like to hear an extended version of this conversation, check out this episode of the Space Nerds podcast. There's a link in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay nerdy out there.